So, alright, so what I'm finna do is guess I'll make a rap. My yeah they done did me YouTube all that make a rap. So I'm gonna just put this on mute so I can have the privacy. Alright, so mute that like that. Yeah. So mute right here. You know, and I'm the only one that can publicly talk about it, right? Because motherfucker knows snitch and all that. And so and that's why you gotta stand in, man, because after it's all said and done, you can talk about it, ain't nothing happen. You really can. So if you want to sit back over there on big page, whatever, you can do that. But don't feel don't be all that like see them and I robbed your ass. Like don't be because if you not robbed you not robbed you. Everybody I know, everybody we know not robbed you, right? So you don't want to be on about the page to sit there. So sometimes you call them for yourself, like I like what I'm saying. So that's that motherfucker right there. And so this how but see, I'm the only one that can talk about it because I'm the only one that can talk about it publicly because if they you know what I'm saying, because if they go public with it and all the bullshit, then they gonna come out, they gonna come out of the rat. So they don't do that. They can be in private and say what they want to say, but they can't say that about it publicly because motherfuckers know something I don't know. That I want I ain't stop fucking with them. So motherfuckers know something I don't know, and so they go public with it saying this and that. And they can't do it, because the other motherfucker, hey man, all that bullshit. That's why they trying like DM me and stuff like that. They want to go public because he already know, oh, you gonna see it. And the hell out, you snitch, all that bullshit. Then he gotta get out the neighborhood though, man. That's where he gotta get out the neighborhood. Got him and Eddie. Gotta get out there. Eddie moved as in Sean's over there. Well, he was it, Sean home for a minute. But so you know what I'm saying? So that's why they can't say that. But I'm always talk about it because I stood in. Stood 10 toes, did all that, and went in, did all that shit, different time with them. And so when you get out, you can say whatever you want to say. I did the shit, you know what I mean? And then Bible say, and you should know truth, and truth should make you free. At the end of the day is a confession. So you know what I'm saying? Can't that be done, you know what I'm saying? But see, that way you gotta go and do your time and do all that, and you get out and talk about it, man. Like that. But they didn't do that. They got scared and followed it or whatever. So I've been standing up, man. I like this, you know. Not even that called me a snitch because he came over here causing trouble. So that didn't call me a snitch. Uh-huh. And I like that, man. You know what I'm talking about, but they can't talk about it because niggas say, boy, you snitch, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to talk about it. Uh-huh. motherfucker still around, you know, and know that. But I ain't gonna be around all that. So I can talk about it. They can't. They sneak. Shit. But you know, if they had, you know, they had what's the name? They had what's the name? Let's go. I'm gonna go this. Let's yeah, I know who that was. Yeah, nah. If they had what's the name? Stood in, you know, do what they had to do. They can talk about it, but they ain't stand up. And so, and then and so and what it means is this, man. This is what that means. Orlando didn't know who did it. Know what I mean? Orlando didn't know who did it, and they told him. Know what I mean? Like that. But you know what I'm saying? Why would that happen? Because Orlando came over his show, man. Cause like you can't just say call Daniel and say I did it. Can't do that. So Orlando when they what happened was Orlando had a shooting at the motherfucking shit, right? Came a shooting, right? And they called the police. Called they were trying to kill us because Al Bundy trying to kill us and all that shit. That's how they call. That happened, man. They started shooting out and Eddie trying to call police shot out. How did it? It was scared. I was at Washington. I was in myself. I know. For every day. Came and shooting them. Called the police. Alright. You called the police. And nobody shoot them. And told police no. Alright. Nobody saying they had to go, man. And they snitched on them. What? You know? But they tried to put it on me. I was gone. Yeah. They didn't talk about it. You know? Yeah. That's how, man. It's hit I want to say. Orlando had already called and said it is snitch. And try to say what mama said. Mama like it said Al did it. And my mama said, if Alvin did it. He ain't do it by himself, right? Said if he did it, because he tried to get motives here, right? I want to say if he did it, he ain't do it by himself. That's what he said. So that's how they got edited snitch. If he did, he did it by himself. Guarantee that y'all friends, all that kind of shit, right? So, man. It was snitching on. So they can't talk about it. And they can talk about how they snitch like that, right? They can try to explain that bullshit right now. Well,
Are known as Cash Out. He and two co-defendants are facing charges, including sex trafficking. It also is live at Fulton County Courthouse with more of what exactly happened today in court behind you. Jurors heard from a woman who says that she was dating and being managed by rapper Cash Out while they lived in multiple different Metro Atlanta homes over several years. That woman testified that she and other women were doing sex acts for money, which were allegedly set up through posts on social media or by walking the streets. She claims the women were instructed by Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Hakeem Gibson, to put the money they made into a kitchen drawer. Witness talks about how Gibson allegedly posted ads for her to set up and perform these sex acts.
Because he was like the one trying to tell me how to do it right. He was using different pictures then because I was going there. So. I said he was imagining like because I wasn't doing it right on mom, so he made my head look like how it needs to look.
And the woman testified that she would sometimes send the money that she made to Cash Out's mom, who is also on trial. The defense attorneys have denied these accusations. Live in Fulton County, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Let us pray. And bow in prayer. Look at meditation.
She must have been freaking out, but because this was like your dream, this was your baby. Your idea, you brought her in, and then you gotta go away.
The song took off so fast in the hood. Like, not all over the world, but it took off so fast in the hood. Everybody loved fuck that nigga. Like, we was talking this shit, and like the clubs was playing, everybody knew it word for word. And I remember calling her from jail, and I would say like, I don't think I'm getting out, because I didn't know what I was in jail for. Like, for the longest, I know that I was going to federal jail, but I didn't know what the fuck I was in for, so I didn't think I was getting out. No. And I was like, I don't think because I did so much on the road. So imagine not knowing what you're in jail for. I'm like, it could be this, it could be that, it could be that. If it is that, I'm never getting out. But if it's that, I might get out. So I was in that place. I'm like, I would be like, I don't think I'm getting out of jail. She like, Grace, don't let him in. Oh my God. I'm like, she like, I'm gonna meet people on your phone. I'm like on the phone, like, oh my God, I'm never getting out. But she was just like still so excited about it because it was so precious, so knowing everybody just fucking with us and all that. And then I end up getting out like to my godmom for her house stuff, and I got out like a week later. And then I was just like,
but you couldn't do anything, right? Because you're.
I could do something. Then I wasn't on house arrest or nothing, but I was like very, very depressed. Like, I was very depressed. And then I was in my house like in the dark, and she would come over like, we need to make another song because it was just like so big. And she was like, we need to make another song. We need to do another song. And I'm like, I'm going to jail. Like, and then we made another song, and that went. And then right after that, I think we made Pen Coach. I made Coach. And okay. He like, don't post no pictures of y'all us like yet because everybody gonna sign y'all. I'm like, he lying. Nobody wanna sign us. And we just came out swinging through the game. We only had 2 songs. I think our personality kind of, like the way we talk, the way we walk, and it's just like,
well, you're stars, 100%.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to know what the fuck the city was talking about. So it worked out. But I got that was like in November, end of November, early December. But I had sentencing on January. In January, I person went to jail in January, but Coach wrote like this long letter, like like to get me a furlough. Mm-hmm. So I got a furlough, and when I got my furlough, they gave me 6 months. So through my whole 6 months, I worked hard. I literally was in the studio the day before I never went to sleep the day I was turning myself in. I walked out of the studio with sunlight. It was time for me to turn myself in. And I was so sad. I cried the morning of. I was like, oh my God. But I had to make these songs because I know we needed an album. We needed something.
Let us pray. Let's bow his prayer. Who meditate his prayer back. Have this blended more for ye. Our Father, joy in heaven.
Something.
But you're in the studio making. We don't know your height of it, me and Jess, but like, right, you know what it's like to be influenced. And being alone and feeling alone, and I felt so alone all the time that I became numb to it.
When Jones goes back to Philly, he was hot 97. Mm-hmm. I was like you, me and Miss Jones, right? Meaning, I was mad because I'm like, how's she just gonna leave us in Philly? We've been doing this show for 3-4 years.
Man, I respect the hell out of you. Our families go way back. Nothing but love, dude. But if you're standing across the ring from me at SummerSlam, it's not going to be 4 letters, 1 word. It's going to be 3 letters and 1 move. And I think, not only can I speak for myself, but I can also speak for you, and each and every one of you people in this arena. When I say, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Sammy, one day soon, Sami Zayn will be world champion.
When I came to the show, they shut it down.
Can we talk about when you came to the show? I mean, when you literally shut down the whole world for 2 seconds.
That was absolutely insane, but I'm going to be honest, my reaction was 100% purely based off of me being a fan of yours for years. I remember being at the show, and this is my first time being at your concert. Obviously, everybody went crazy. We caused some ruckus in my relationship.
Oh, did we call some?
We did. We were being shown.
It didn't have anything to do with what's going on in your home. Did I see you that day?
You've been a fan of this for years.
Did I send you the truth? I cannot be responsible for how people choose to react to my experience as an entertainer. I am not here to break up your home. I am here to entertain you, mother. You know what I'm saying?
Are you shocked?
No. I was actually, we were having a great time.
I know, it was so fun.
It was
And you always do these amazing, engaging moments with the audience. Like, man, you did it with Issa, with Taraji. Now you're doing some Cherry stuff. Now that's very rated R. You done added levels to it.
Yeah.
And the girls, we all love it. It's so fun.
If you just focus on the drama, then you're going to always respond to the drama. But if you just and understand the purpose to service entertainment, then it'll be okay. Now, again, I don't want to take any responsibility. I'm 3.5 years to my lovely wife, Jennifer Haynes. She had 5 kids and 3 grandkids.
You grew up as a preacher. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. So
Jeezy, we got a foot to you with the field pass with Cam Newton. Young Cam, man, you ever see him with the bands on home like a transformer? Yeah. That's our future next year. This is MVP season. Even Cam, I remember this vividly. This is what I've never seen that right here. We went down to support him, man. Cam is my guy. Like, we go way back. The real Atlanta, right? Yeah, we really ain't got a lot. So to see him get that close, we was proud of him, man. It was a great day, man.
Maybe the problem.
For me, it was it's not just me. I have partners, and so it was then suggested or decided that without throwing anybody on the bus that we should put it out. But I love Megan, and I'm happy for her, and I support her. And when the interview came up, I was he was interviewing. I felt like he did a lot of interviews. So I was like, well, let's talk. I was like, for some reason, you in particular was upset about. Yeah. But it's like, just because you're interviewing somebody doesn't mean you agree with everything. It doesn't mean that. It just means, I'm interviewing someone. This is a conversation, and there could be some questions that the audience wants to know that I'm willing to ask. If we don't, if he's not going to hit you and ain't going to land it. You can't interview everybody who just only has your views. That's weird. That's CNN.
Yeah.
Intelligence is
online. A lot of fans are saying you are very Whitney coded. What do you think of these comparisons?
Look, there's nobody that's going to be Whitney. Let's say that. Whitney Houston is an icon. She is just absolutely amazing. When people say that to me, it makes me feel so touched. When I think of Whitney, aside from her talent, is that she was someone that felt so real, that represented us, especially as a Black American woman. Like, she's a Black icon.
I knew that was coming. Black.
Did you feel at any point? Remember when I told you, get the hell out of Grand Rapids or something really bad's going to happen to you by the end of the night? That wasn't a thank the Lord. I can. I mean, we're talking about impacting the club.
Read.
That's that. So he said, a man that will go after a woman and a newborn ain't a man at all. And then Star went in on Envy's kids. And so Envy and his wife, Gia, hey, they took that ass to quietly, took him to court and want all that money. And I want my cut, nigga. Her. Exactly. What percentage is that? That's crazy. Yeah, I win it. Yeah, so I'm gonna put you with it.
Everything. You know how I am about my food. You've seen it before. I lose it all. It was so bad.
It was so bad because there was nothing that this company could do but fire him. Yeah. But it all started because Star was coming for me. And his loyalty. And for kids, like, what? Their kids weren't off. It's kind of like how America is right now. We're so desensitized to school shootings. We're so desensitized to so many things. We're like, why is this happening? And yet it continues to happen. I don't want to get political in here, but it feels like we're back there where he just thought he could say and do anything, and thankfully there was a judge that shut it down. And I'm glad I had such a big brother friend. Absolutely.
Young and Ace, that's the famous rapper from Jacksonville on a drill scene. You know, this Art Folio was killed. You know, Young and Ace was streaming. He was in like a stream. And his mom was getting ready to diss Julio. He had to cut her down, slow her down from doing that. You know, she's going to get ready to diss Julio. That makes you know how deep this beef shit really was with Julio, ATK, all that. Young and Ace. Remember Young and Ace? They had family members killed. Julio didn't have people killed. And both of these guys claim they was behind the killings, all kind of shit. You know, this shit get deep. You gotta remember, Julio mom was shot. Hit the like button. Go on this video 1,000 likes because Young and Ace mom was finna get ready and go in on Julio, even though he's been killed, murdered. Her son didn't lead to the murder. He wasn't charged with it. But so a lot of people believe Julio was killed because of his beef with like Young and Ace and that whole set and that crew. This mom was finna get ready and go in. Y'all check this video out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stop playing on this channel. Everyone get that down. Julio. Shit.
I'll be like, oh, she's so calm, good energy. Maybe that's because I'm a retarded.
Oh boy. Oh man. uh,
Song and this collaboration that I just made is like insane.
Album on the way is coming out in July.
Yes.
You really worked on this for 5 years?
Yeah.
Listen.
Ready on my EP. And my fans was like, okay, now what you giving us? You gotta be giving us some extra goodies. And I'm gonna tell my fans, they've heard it already. I was talking to Kiki Palmer last week. There are some exciting additions that are gonna be coming on the project that we can release. I'm super excited about this one song and this collaboration that I just did. It's like insane.
I'm assuming you can't tell me what it is
I can't tell you yet, but I'll come back.
Oh, let's take. Oh man, oh yeah, that was dope. But that was one of the first time I did it. That show, I remember. Each show, hell nah. I ain't know Chris. It's 5 years. It's been 5 years. What's up? Happy 5 years. It's been 5 years since I found Chris again. That crazy. Actually, before it been more than 5 years. Hell no. I do tell sorry. Oh weird. Gotta keep asking. Gotta remind me again. You know. It's right there. Yeah. All this time I'm going to make albums and shit, man. I don't feel like making no song like that. I do it though. Yeah. Just remind me all that. It's just a day where I just after they doing or something. I don't know. I got I don't know. I just do it. Right now I'm not sleeping. It'll be on that. It'll be on that beat though. And you didn't hear. I forgot. She had made she had this song with it. She had made I don't the album coming out. I get Apple Music something into it. I don't know. Oh, that song, was just Jay and all them. They're right there. Oh, the hell, all that kid down. Okay, Chris and BP. Oh, this it right there. I got you. Try to show me it. All right, so let's see right there. Okay, let's see. Sierra. Okay, Chris and BP because I guess around with CC a little bit. I can dig it. All right, okay. All right. Let's see. I guess I just get out of here. All right, right now. Oh boy. Let me go to it. All right, so hashtag DJ AG. Okay. I been over there alone and shit. AG online. Team. Oh, team man. UK DJ. Good DJ. And my DJ. Good DJ. And my DJ. Hold up. London. Yeah, that's Mike over there. My card in tail position, man. DJ Life. TikTok DJ. All this what these females in they in it so these gay people. This stuff from their job and stuff, man. This how they had it. Man, I don't work none. I be home. All this you get popular at work, get promoted and stuff, all that. You work there for a long time. And then you know all that Alfita. I don't know, I ain't gonna try it. Okay, fuck it. ALPA, whatever. Alpha Theta. I think I think is that supposed to be Alpharetta or something? Whatever it is, spelled wrong. They're not a word, so I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that. Alpha Theta. A faith. Oh shit, fuck it. Not a word. Yeah, spelled wrong, you know what I'm saying? DJ. Pioneer DJ. What you trying to say? All this nigga pioneer, all this nigga, well. Man, look, these folks is not what how a person may feel they not having sex with these females, man. They want to be seen with them. That's how it is, man. These folks be doing that. To be seen with them, you know. I know how he was bitch with her, and these female the way these female is all on Twitter like that, man. You know what I'm doing, and I got that right there. Like, now what the hell I got to do to get you to damn, you know what I mean? All right, so should we do my name now? That we should do it again. Well, I know that. I know. I already did it with Cheryl. Was I? Wait, really? Do it again? I guess I can. Let me see. Russell Wilson, football player or something. I'm trying to do something else. So do something else I can do with that. I'm tired of doing that. Let me see. Let me see. Something else I can do with that. I did everything, man, but I don't want to do that. The Abraham, blah 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 blah. I want to do that. Something else. And I did a lot of stuff already. I did the Virgin Mary. I did that. I read that story, right? Did do that. Hmm, hmm. What about Jesus Christ? I ain't. Should I do that? The story of Jesus Christ? Blah blah. What the death of Jesus Christ? Did he really die? Something like that. Should I do that? We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do the Jesus Christ didn't die. We'll do that. That's what we do. We'll do that. Now they could be for the school list, whatever. Now, okay, well, we'll do that. Jesus Christ didn't die. We'll do that story. All right. So that we have the let me see. See, I'm gonna tell you this out. I'm gonna have to we're gonna do the Jesus Christ didn't die. So we'll do that. Jesus Christ did not die. We'll do that. But I gotta get the scriptures and stuff. Cause I ain't gonna have to look up the scripture with Jesus Christ. I'm going outside with it because too much, you know what I'm saying? I would just go outside and sit down and do that right there. I right, do that. Jesus Christ did that. We do that. But first, yeah, we do that. There's a couple scriptures I gotta get before I go out there. We do I do that because I really don't feel like doing the Abraham. At least I don't feel like doing that shit. Get old, man. We'll do this story. Jesus Christ did not die. You know what? To do like this. Jesus Christ did not die for our sins. We'll do that. And the reason why he ain't died for our sins, he ain't died. And like, nigga, that's what it is. God, for one thing, the way you sin there, Jesus, yeah. Cause the way you sin, we do it. I got it. We do it. We do it. Okay, so and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to tell the truth in all ways, man. Always. All right, so let me get this. Let me couple scriptures out. We can get that. Get that. We did Jesus right now. We did that one. Man, they right there, Abraham, and I am blah blah blah. I'm tired of this shit. Do something else. I said I was gonna do this because I wanted to just keep stuff in the house and stuff like that. But, you know, stuff getting big, man. And that's all. Got that. Okay, we got that. Okay, so now, okay, so oh damn, this is what it is. So this okay, this is a girl. Hey man, he told me, oh, this the hospital shit. He should tell that story. That's how we do it. You got it. There you go, right there. Matthew 13. All right, so that's that. You got that right there. You see. So that right now, just right now, that, blah, blah. I guess we can start there, river. But yeah, I know the other scriptures. We can do all that, so we can do it too. So now, okay, so yeah, it was scripture I had to get. What was it? All right. And then, so what is that? What scripture is that? Numbers. Let's see. All right. All right, so well, this is a little bit more to support what I said. Right there. And it was that. I didn't wrong. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. And then okay, so now okay. All right, I got them out. Right now, go outside and make the video. At least go ahead and get you go sleep. I think I'm tired. Well, I ain't gonna sleep. I ain't gonna put it calm down your tired. So I did. I mean, AirPods, AirPods it. Get the sound quality in there so you hear me from a nice little distance, man. So Jesus Christ and I die.
Looking to stand out in today's job market? Southern New Hampshire University can help. Grad programs like psychology, cybersecurity, and our MBA, you'll gain skills employers are looking for.
Well, fluent to a master's degree was the fact that it was online. It was at my pace.
And wherever your career takes you, your SNHU degree can help you reach your goals.
There's always somebody there who can help you. You don't have to do it alone. I really mean that too.
Visit snhu.edu today to get started.
Every Father's Day.
Man, get the fuck out, man.
Listening to some podcast and just gave me mine. Packing up a couple of things that I need, like my lip glosses and stuff, my flattering. So when it's time to take out photo shoot, hopefully I have enough time to do all that. You think about my phone? I'm just bringing it just in case. But yeah, I need to put this in the car, my dish controller, in the pouch, go with some mom, go get some food.
If you have a little last look, we're just gonna get a last up and off.
I was gonna do that till I started my TikTok vlog. Don't do much. I don't think it's gonna live today. It'll be up to this machine tonight. Or when they try to get in my service. I'm staying positive. I'm ready. Yeah. We did. Just gotta put a couple things up. I gotta put some can out. Put some extra stuff in my bag. Hopefully not too much stuff. Last couple things. I thought we found a pack. Let's put my little pack. So y'all, we got about 3 hours until induction. Well, we got 2 hours until induction. We about running up 3 areas before we head over to the hospital and stuff. But we gotta get home so we can freshen up, take a shower, and then just put on our hospital clothes. I don't really think this induction process should be long.
You don't know how long it's gonna be.
But let's do like a mini recap, y'all. Last year, if y'all watched this, I can go exactly to like the vlog where it's Father's Day, and we was in the car headed to the movies, and he was like, "Oh, it's Father's Day." He was sad, like he wanted to be a dad and stuff. Now look at this year. You headed to the hospital to have your own baby, and it's on Father's Day. And it's special. It's crazy. I showed up his own like, dang. His Father's Day last year, he was sad because he wanted to be a father. He's seen everybody posting like their Father's Day.
On Instagram, and I just was scrolling, and every post was a dad with their kids, and they was on vacation. It seemed like everybody was on vacation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro.
He was like, what happened to that? This time gonna come. We don't know when yet. It's gonna come now. A year later, headed to the hospital to have your own baby on Father's Day. But the lady did say the injection process is gonna take a while, so it's gonna calculate it with extra skin like injection, so we can know exactly what's to be done. So
If young people ask how far do we live from the hospital, tell them we stand an hour away. If they have potential to send us home, tell them just come back and they want to switch everything.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just like, okay, so they get us checked in, then I'm gonna in the room. That's it. Once they put us in that room, that's it.
Man, I got an air mattress. I got 3 blankets.
Yeah, we said we want to pack the entire car down. My whole truck.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know. We didn't really get it show. They did say, like I said, the mission take 24 to 48 hours, and plus we got that extra 2 days. So we possibly not going home until like 4 days. So
I don't think it's gonna take that long. Then it didn't hit me until the last doctor's appointment. I'm thinking I go in there because I don't know what we're waiting on at this point. I'm thinking, well, you just gotta wait on the water to break. The lady said no. Your water doesn't always break. But in this case, somebody we're gonna call you, and that's what they did. They called through the phone while it was out.
I thought they were playing.
And I'm buying the metal glasses. No, before we even bought the metal glasses, let me buy some baby clothes. And then once I heard the conversation through the phone, and they was like, okay, you need to come in 2 days. I'm like, I can't even process my food. We was eating some good cheeseburger sliders at this new restaurant.
We was it was like we weren't even focused on it. It didn't even feel like real life. But neither one of us like 2 days. But yeah.
To the phone, and they was like, okay, you need to come in 2 days. I'm like, we to the phone while it was out.
I thought that was playing.
And I'm buying the metal glasses. No, before we even bought the metal glasses, we was buying some baby clothes. And then once I heard the conversation through the phone, and they was like, okay, you need to come in 2 days.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, I can't even process my food. We was eating some good cheeseburger sliders at this new restaurant.
We was it was like we weren't even focused on it. It didn't even feel like real life. But neither one of us. We were just sitting there thinking like 2 days. But yeah, now it's 2 days later, and we 3 hours without. But the reaction started.
I'm just gonna sit on the couch. Just process. I'm gonna try and do some Legos.
I was in the hospital before. I've never been like hospitalized or anything like that. Never been admitted in the hospital. Never been in my own hospital bed for real. This is new to me. Okay, this is new to me. So I've been good today. Like I really love the place yesterday, but today I woke up with a doctor. I was feeling like I don't got time to do that. I can't put me under stress. I can't put baby under stress. But once we get the 10 centimeters, that's it. Let's push her out and just enjoy our baby girl.
Don't she move? She knows it's not time.
No, she don't. They gonna get out of here.
I'm sure she knows what time to come out. It's time to go out and see the world.
Either way it goes, she was coming out this weekend. Regardless of the innocence rate, she was coming out. I just took my shower and I'm out and I'm ready. I had to come to the car because I need my hospital slides because y'all I'm not trying to take all these shoes and stuff to the hospital. So I'm trying to just grab my slides so when it's time for us to shake in, I'm good to go. Because I ain't trying to bring like no tennis shoes or nothing because baby, it ain't like we need. Here's my slides. I'm going to the hospital. Take this back there. And then I'm also gonna go inside so I can pick up me a little snack shop because they don't tell you like how long this induction is. But the lady did tell me. But the lady did tell me it's gonna take 24 to 48 hours for this induction. So just wanna make sure I have a little snacks. I know after a while I ain't gonna be able to eat. So just taking some snacks while I can eat. So let's go in the house, get these snacks packed up. Now it's currently like 4:20-ish. So it's like 4:20-ish. And we gotta get off at 5:15. Got me a little juggle, just in case any cold in there. And Mama Queen is gonna be ready. You know what? I'm gonna cry in the shower. Ma'am? You need something washed? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cry in the shower, y'all. But I'm ready. I'm excited, and I know y'all ready. So.
However you look, first check Kayak to compare car rental sites and prices to find a great deal on exactly what you're looking for.
Did you know Jackie and Tom?
And any of the worst?
Oh, there's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
Pilates later?
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
No time for long shows? TikTok Live, 460 plus short series, 100% free to watch. Share and communicate with your best friends. Long press for 2.0 double speed.
Oh, yeah. It's very comfortable. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. No, I don't know, but yeah, these comfortable. It's all I need. I only take all the shoes to the hospital and come right back home. If they don't get us about there in a day, I don't let this and be in there. For 2 days, this is not a big induction. Induction will take 2 days. But if we stay in the hospital, at least 24 to 48 hours. So, yeah. Not only like okay. Oh, 2 years. And then I'm Michigan bars, I'm going to take 3 of those. Give me one of those. So, some of it.
That's awesome.
All right, y'all. I just want to see y'all once we get to the hospital and get all checked in and stuff. Then we have to get up on food before we go. And then we'll see y'all at the hospital.
Okay, we just made it to the hospital. I'm going to make it to the car because I left some trash in the car, so I gotta get the trash out the car. Because every time I'm only going to be anyway. And we left the bags in the car because they don't tell what they're going to say. So, sorry. I know I haven't said yes to the check. I'm all right, Mom.
I'm gonna cry. This is perfect. Lunch is and stuff.
I was thinking get it out. I'm going to go get your bags.
Cause they got a shirt and they got.
I'm going to get the shirt.
Jesus. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the.
I know what it is. Oh boy.
So Kenny is my just ran downstairs to grab a couple of things out of the car. But I'm just sitting here, I'm relaxing, y'all. I was kind of nervous earlier, but I'm calm now. only thing they had a little worry was the circle check, and it didn't hurt. The IV didn't hurt. So the thing now that I'm thinking will hurt is the contraction, because there's like right the contraction to hurt, the contraction to hurt. So we're gonna see. They did say they're gonna start me on something at 7:30. They said like a little tampon, they're gonna insert his side, and they're gonna keep it in there until 7:30 in the morning to get me dialing, because I'm currently not even dialing. But I am hooked up to the monitors and stuff. And I'm just relaxing, y'all. I'm calm now because baby, trigger shit. But everybody has just been so nice. Like when us recording, they see like the cameras and stuff. They're like, so go ahead. Like, y'all is so freaking nice. And we just update everybody like Snapchat and stuff because y'all. And we ain't even on Snapchat. And we finally just like updated everybody on Snapchat. But yeah. I got my IV in. Kind of hurt a little bit, but it's not hurt too bad where it's like, oh, I need to get it out. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready, y'all. I can't believe it's time to actually have a baby. Like her bed is literally like there. It's gonna take up to 4 days. I'm glad that we did bring everything up. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you don't know, baby. And I was really take and walk, take it down. You know, to be right in the house. Not today, but tomorrow. And I was going to get home because he got to go grab some stuff. So he got to be on the calendar. So we're going to keep y'all posted, keep y'all updated about this entire injection. How many times we want to spend 10 minutes and then we do a transfer thing down, and then we just gonna go from there. Currently, we do this before already. But I took this out. I'm going to make them like the second round. She did call 7 hours. So she let me down because I'm in the African and she wants to.
Yo, my nerves has subsided tremendously. I think really bad. I guess she got nervous a little bit when she was getting like tests and stuff. But I don't know what I'm going to do. Yo, I don't even go to the barbershop.
And that'll be very apparent in this show. And I'm sorry. It just has to happen, okay? It's not up to me. It's her fault for being so damn good. I'm just gonna be the one that's gonna go ahead and tell you that your face is pretty, your name is pretty, your body is pretty, your soul is pretty, your energy is pretty, your spirit is pretty. I'm just gonna be. Hey, y'all, so we're still ready for Thursday. You wanna fuck with us? Tell me to put up with us. He was gonna curl my toes, so I slid into his. It wasn't clear black.
history of white men. Warren G was on the streets, trying to control some search for the so I could get some phones rolling in around, chilling all alone. Just hit the east side of the LBC.
Not a bad bitch, America.
I like it, yeah.
You're jumping now.
Not a bad bitch, America. The Lord said to tell you to trust.
Today, someone can play with you.
I'd rather be asleep than go outside with you and your friends. Oh my God, what's up there? The Lord said to tell you to trust His boo. I'm just so tired of being And then when y'all say the picture that he skipped past versus the picture that he replied to, like, yes, I'm gonna skip past the thick ass gorilla and hard 10 pounds of ass too. Like, for sure, I get it, G. I get the point. I promise I get the point. Like, but it gets to a point, you know? The whole point is men is lustful and they dogs. Yeah, we get that. But you can't be like, oh man, we want me for my body, and then you go to your highlights, there's nothing but you shaking ass, and then all the pictures that you have, they mirror pictures, but you cover your face. What the fuck are you advertising here? Are you selling it? Hey guys, I just went to the grocery store. This watermelon is so good. This is fresh.
I'd rather be in a corner by myself with a puppy and a goldfish and be happy than to be sitting around with somebody. Hey guys, I just went to the grocery store. This
This watermelon is so good. This is fresh. Mm-hmm. No matter why you smack me, I can't breathe. I thought you're supposed to eat, taste, and breathe, and inhale and exhale at the same time. If I don't smack, I
This
just.
is a minute. Okay.
Hey guys, I just went to the grocery store. Hey guys, I just went to the grocery. Hey guys, I just went to the grocery store. This watermelon. Hey guys. And then when y'all say the picture that he get past versus the picture that he replied to, like, yeah, I'm gonna skip past the thick ass gorilla and heart 10 times a day. But I'm sure I get the point. I promise I get the point, right? You gotta stop being so hard on yourself and stop like limiting yourself so much. No limit exists except the limit that you create in your mind. If you're gonna limit yourself, then you're gonna stay stuck in that position forever.
Yeah, I also started doing one of the Legos.
Friends, so they just removed the sperm down and then the cervical shape from only assembly it in half. She said she's gonna get with the doctor to see what's the option to get dilated a little more. But cervical shape no show. I've been having a few contractions and I've been feeling depression. It's not a contraction now. It's so tight and pressure. It's one sticky now. I had to lay the shakes earlier. It's one sticky Now come back to the okay, all right, yeah.
So when you the breakfast food,
That's first.
I'm gonna do some vegetable, some good, maybe some stuff, and some bacon. You know, honey.
That's my favorite prayer. Oh, Manchester.
It's on the screen.
It's gonna be a long day.
Probably.
Cold.
It's like when that pressure comes, the shakes come.
I think you're gonna be in here till tomorrow. You're gonna dream
It's
about
not
it.
sister around this. Be fake.
And then we're gonna be in here for 48 hours. Okay. So we're gonna be in here
Fake
for
bullshit if y'all want. Be
I'm
fake
talking
bullshit if y'all want.
24 to 48 hours in total.
You might let stay. The induction is 24, 40 hours, and then you gotta stay an extra 2 days.
I need some more clothes. No,
That's like your water.
no, that is a water hose in there.
I'm gonna wait till we get in the other room.
We always like to say, the Lord said, be fake bullshit if y'all want. Let me go.
Me silent take. That's a pill.
Let them be on. Be fake bullshit if y'all want.
Black people
Yeah, you
put
gotta
on their multicultural telling boys don't forget to turn off the AAD. And I learned this the hard way because one time my white coworker came to my office raising him. Went off because she could, because she knew what he did. And she came over to me because we was on the same team. She was like,
but I'm okay. I'm ready.
7 and 7, 8. You was just gonna take this one. I thought you come in.
Oh, I can't even get no snooze.
You can get some snooze.
I'm trying to get some snooze that come in.
And then I
I feel like she don't come in. I think she gonna come. I think
Okay, so I was subscribed to that and they're fake. But then the sauce, not to that because just in general, if people have been burned, you know, traumatized in certain situations, they irritate time, right? For them to actually get comfortable enough to make it open to relationships on a dating level. So yeah, I just when people say that, I'm like, this year, over the last year, I've made about 2 new friends who are women. And before that, the last friend I made happened in like 2019, 2020. And yeah, that is good. I'm just trying to talk. Okay, so how do you tell me if they're listening? because I feel like this is something I struggle with ever since high school. Like somebody around me when musty and everyone would know they're musty, and I like care for them as like whether it's a friend or an acquaintance, but I don't know when to tell them like, hey, you smell a little bit. Like my close friends, I'll tell them like, girl, you look around here, like I'm like, less. That's right. You think a little stuff, but it's not enough. Like I don't want to hurt your feelings or embarrass you.
I know, bro.
All right. The morning got shower. After I'm feeling back up there. It's probably sweet. And the first thing I got with Michael's because I'm gonna show y'all. I want she making the door sign when I.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personal feelings to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma you can count on.
With the help of zero accounting software, I've got the right information in my fingertips. The business is a brain.
Rogan, keep your head in the game. A Mexican heritage meets American brewing. Refreshing. When you work on cars as much as I do, you learn what matters most.
She's standing by my cat.
But we had breakfast, dinner, lunch,
Yeah.
and then dinner.
For the shape.
Joe was full. Let's count it and see how much we have.
Anyway, look over that money.
You annoyed.
I'm in a crate. Where is that?
That was funny. That was funny. That's not hidden prayer.
One of my biggest takeaways is that God is real deal, and weeping may endure for the night, but joy easier said than done. But once you see
The tech jacket inside is alive. We'll be diving into the wonderful world.
Another thing, discipline. Bro, my last thing is too, y'all, it is so much going on in the world. Some things that we're oblivious to. Probably not fully educated and aware, which totally, I'm not even gonna say fine. But anyways, be gentle, be nice, watch what you say to people. Try to, check your tone before you say something because everybody's facing different. And you just never know, and you don't want to take that person off forever, But I'm excited. I hope everybody's doing fine. Everybody is living their life. I hope everybody is doing what they want to do for them and not anybody else. And I'm going to go because since the other day when Microsoft came out and started talking a little, go from the 110 to the 405 to the 91 to it just gets too many places. I'm going to go to Yoda's scope. I'm in control, but I'm not in control, and I'm also controlled. So in a way, I'm ready. Yeah. Like I said in that video, I feel like Microsoft said a lot without saying anything really. So they realistically had everybody asking the same questions that they were already asking previously, but which is strange if you think about it, because a lot of people are like, oh, is it going to be more of a PC? Is it going to be more of this? Is it going to be more of that? Is it backwards compatibility? Or, we didn't really get any answers because they're like, yeah, we're going to have a PC, handheld, a console, cloud stuff. So it's like they really are kind of just, about what the specific talks that they were talking about had to do with the console itself. Like people are still kind of confused on that. The interesting thing is, and I've talked about this before, there's a lot of different things, especially in regards to like the price point, right? It's like I know like when you are on X or Twitter or whatever, it's very much an echo chamber and it doesn't represent the entirety of the gaming community because, look at the Switch 2. Everybody's like, I'm not going to buy that. And then it sells like 5 million units in, first week or two or whatever. So, again, if you went by Twitter, it wasn't going to do anything. It was going to be a complete flop. So if you go by Twitter with this new Xbox thing, everybody is suddenly a PC fan and a Steam fan. So I don't know, but I want to get into this. What's up, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. And please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. I do daily gaming content, so if you didn't know, please check it out. Like the video. It's pretty much all I ask. That's really all you need to know. I do try to be fun yet informative. And if that is something you're interested in, then guess what? Hey, you found a home. And hopefully you enjoy the content. Now, this is interesting because according to this, if Xbox is using like other storefronts and things like that, the Xbox is expected to cost at least $1,000, according to someone who has leak specs and things like that in the past, based on insights from a leaker named Kepler. Microsoft may plan to sell the console at a profit, moving away from the traditional loss per unit model. The rise in hardware costs in multiple storefronts like Steam may contribute to the higher prices. Recent price hikes, including the Xbox Series X, which is $600 by itself, suggest a more expensive next-gen console. So here's the thing: if in year 5 the Xbox Series X is $600, what do you think something's going to be? Because listen, Microsoft is still losing money on this thing, right? But they make it up in people paying to play online, people paying for Game Pass, people buying games, people buying microtransactions and things like that. But if you don't have any of those ways to make that money up, you have to sell your console at a profit or near cost, which would be rather expensive. So Microsoft recently unveiled that the new Xbox specs will be powered by AMD as part of a new multi-year partnership. However, even though it's unclear how much the next-gen Xbox will cost, that hasn't stopped one prominent leaker from making a very sobering prediction. Kepler, who recently shared the boarded PSP2 specs, believes that Microsoft's new Xbox will cost at least $1,000 and possibly more than that. In a post on X, he said multiple storefronts equals console has to be sold at a profit. Get ready for the first $1,000 console, boys. So again, Kepler's prediction is based on Microsoft not selling its next hardware at a loss, which was historically the case
Software and subscriptions are where the vast majority of revenue comes from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, which usually offset the loss on each console.
Down on the console is pointless, man. Because everybody don't have the kind of TV, man. You know what I'm saying? So just to have it, it's pointless. Everybody don't have the kind of TV. All right? So you got $1,000 console with like a 1080p TV. What is that? You know? So that's why you get a P. That's why PC. That's why PC is where it's at, because what's the point of why you going with $1,000 console like and you ain't got a TV to match? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all trying to like make it how you think my PC is, but that's not the case, man. It would make no sense, and that'll put the Xbox down the drain, real. It really wouldn't. It really would, because somebody there buy it, but y'all won't be able to buy it. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? But $1,000 console, that won't be good, because like, you know what I'm saying, it won't be good because what about buying for one thing? Because you know what I'm saying, and then on top of that, the PC, the different PC models, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to have the Xbox as a certain model, then you look at it like that. But like you ain't gonna buy it. All right. And it might be cool $1,000 the Xbox, and then other PC models they want to do it like that. But I would spend $1,000 on the Xbox when I get the PC do nothing, do more. Because at the end of the day, it's still a PC, it's still no more than Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So yeah, but I wouldn't I mean you can add it into like, but into the PC. I guess you got the PC right here, and then you got $1,000 Xbox, and then cheaper PC. I don't even want to. But like at the end of the day, it's still Windows and Microsoft. That's how it's gonna be. So that'd be all right. But I mean, but the people who they just not gonna buy it, you know what I mean? But I'm continuing with my PC, because like it go by the TV or whatever. Right? And then $1,000 console, sound good on paper if you feel that way. But still, it's the PC. Still, you can still print from the PC. You can still do other stuff on the PC. You can't do on the Xbox. Right? So like, it just they just not. It just ain't gonna be that way, man. It don't matter how much the Xbox costs or how you feel about it. I don't know how to, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, I mean, it'll be all right. It might be all right for real, but like, it'll stop all the cheaters for one thing. Ain't nobody gonna buy it $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And that really would push people to PC for real. It really would. If it cost $1,000, you could pay the Xbox out like that for real. Charge $1,000 and push everybody to PC. Dang. So you see me about $1,000 console with the PC and do more of a cheaper, then you just a fool. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, over the PC, you know what I'm saying? The game is still there, so it won't hurt Microsoft. So, it really wouldn't, because not creating Xbox, but having all the Xbox studios, they save money. And so instead of going out trying to create an Xbox, you can take that money and and instead of creating it, you just get more developers in this case. So yeah. But I would buy that $1,000. Cause that Xbox not worth $1,000. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't. It don't have no 5G, none of that on it. That PC don't have video. PC has a bunch of features and stuff like that you know what I'm saying. Like a PC has PC. If you're a developer, you can use a PC. Or if you are trained and stuff better, you do that with a PC. Can't do it. Can't do it with the Xbox, man.
And match. Get it for $16.99. Xbox, the exit strategy. Reforged Gaming is going to talk a little bit about it here in the beginning of the stream. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. I just want to hear what he's got to say. Because there could be something that is missing in, say, my thinking as to why he would call it an exit strategy. Now, in all fairness, another YouTuber, Some Ordinary Gamer, Mudahar, said in his title, Xbox just gives up. Xbox just gave up. This is the title that he used in his own video from this whole conversation as well. It's very interesting to see this when you put it out here. Where is it? Let me go ahead and get the video out for you guys. It said, so Xbox just gave up. Now, when you watch his video, he does say that he is excited about Xbox's new move because, weirdly enough, he is one of the forefront people that been talking about Xbox making hardware that would actually go ahead and give gamers the ability for them to be able to access Windows on a PC backend. Very interesting stuff. In fact, listen to him say it here.
I think it's kind of cool. I think it's great. I've actually been talking about this whole situation for years now, okay, what Xbox should do. You know, at this point, just let people use this thing as a PC, right? Like, let me split up the goddamn system in half, digitally, of course, and install Windows and just use it like a gaming PC, all right? I honestly think for the price tag right there, okay, this might be one of the best little, like, mid-range gaming computers you could buy, okay? That would be pretty goddamn cool.
I mean, he ain't saying any lies. Isn't it what those of us who basically see how Xbox could leverage Windows, we've been talking about this in some form or the other. In fact, I always was kind of like, why would they go ahead and brick their own system, which is built on Windows? And some of you have been telling me that they've always wanted to revert back to going to Windows. And I was like, well, I don't know how they're going to do it. And seeing as they're actually implementing it now, it's interesting. It's exciting to me. In fact, I'm willing, which is insane to hear, to invest in the Xbox ecosystem as long as they give me the freedom. That's my only thing. Just let me do what I want to freaking do. Reforged, on the other hand, is tagging this an exit strategy. I wonder what we're going to hear in this video. Listen.
The latest in gaming news is all about Xbox and their future hardware endeavors. And as far as I can tell, this is an exit strategy, but not in the way that you might think. You might mean, well, how's it an exit strategy if they're committing to do hardware and they're announcing handhelds and they're announcing partnerships? Well, it seems to me that if you go through a bit of a history lesson and you actually examine things that Sarah Bond has said, as well as AMD, they are signaling that Xbox will no longer be building their own traditional consoles or their own traditional hardware. They will be using other companies to do it.
So what does that actually mean, since PlayStation also uses other companies to build its hardware? Is the PlayStation 5 Pro, Slim, and so on and so forth, are they not AMD-based devices? Is the PlayStation 3 not an NVIDIA-based device? Or is the reality that they're actually partnering with other companies to have branded, in terms of the partnership, Xbox and, say, Asus, is that where the difference is? Because AMD might as well have just, not said anything, because I'm almost certain that if you were to maybe look very carefully inside of the components of the PS5 and the Series X, you see AMD's own imprints on there. I'm not certain what this difference actually makes. So let me go ahead. And the operating systems that is going to run are Microsoft-owned operating systems. Let me keep listening.
The Xbox operating system will soon basically be replaced by Windows.
Excuse me, the Xbox operating system is actually a Windows-based UI front end. So they're replacing it with a better operating and more freer operating system, and this equates to an exit. Reforge, you better, and let me just caveat this. You better be going to where this direction of this conversation should be going, which is for the benefit of the consumer. That's where you need to end. Anywhere else would absolutely blow my mind.
And many of us anticipated they're essentially trying to get out of the hardware business. They want to get into the ecosystem business, the software business.
Excuse me, they've always been in the ecosystem business. And they're not getting out of the hardware business. That would be crazy because you just said that they're having people build their hardware for them as they've always been, and as PlayStation and Nintendo have been. These two don't proprietarily mint out hardware. They never really have. All of a sudden now, because Xbox goes to basically expand upon its branding, it means that they're leaving the hardware business. I gotta say, this is not a good way to equate this conversation. I'm sorry, because this is like somebody, looking at, say, a mixture of, say you made them scrambled eggs, right? And they're like, well, the cheese is not properly distributed across the entire surface area of the scrambled eggs. Hence, I'm not going to call it scrambled eggs with cheese. That's literally what this seems like to me. It's a nitpicking of the most absurd kind.
What Microsoft has always been good at. Really, why they're the king. I'm not talking about Xbox here. I'm talking about Microsoft.
Oh, no. No. At this current moment, before any of these hardware devices have ever been launched, they've been bodying PlayStation from top to bottom. Please excuse yourself with that attitude. This is what these folks do. Well, they can't really cut it in the console business. Homie, if they stuck this generation out without any movement and improvement, they still body PlayStation because they understand exactly what gamers want. That's why they can invest $89 billion to do it. If they didn't have the cash, they'd still find the $89 billion. That's one beauty of this of the people running this company is that they understand exactly where to put money. Yes, they can throw money away sometimes. No problem with that. That happens to everybody. But in putting good money where good money ought to go, man, you can't beat that. I'm sorry. If not, they won't be running the company and they won't be raising the share price and benefiting investors the way they have been the last few years.
Even speculated in the past, Microsoft was essentially killing the idea of Xbox because calling everything an Xbox and essentially working with other manufacturers to build things for you. It's very different than what a lot of people expected from them in the future.
Huh? You all speculated they were killing the Xbox only for them to double down and then now expand upon it. And somewhere, somehow, that is some kind of you see, you guys are now fomenting your own ideas and slapping it on Xbox. It's okay. They'll just wiggle out of it and laugh at you. But let's keep going. I already see where you're going, and you're not going to end up in the right position. Oh, my gosh.
So sit back, enjoy a little brief history lesson and some analysis of things that have been said recently. And if you liked it and you want to be here for the live discussion that followed this, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. If you're watching the live audience right now, do me a quick favor, go crazy on the like button. And we have a huge goal for the week. So if you want to support directly, click join, pick Member Plus. So if you've been paying attention to Xbox for a while, a history lesson, and some of the recent quotes from Sarah Bond and AMD, you might wonder what they're going to be doing with hardware in the future, because it's quite a bit different than what a lot of people imagine. Some are claiming that this is the future and this is where things are going, while others remain skeptical. A history lesson, I think, is important. You have to remember that Phil Spencer notoriously said that they cannot out-console Sony. They're not in the business of doing that.
Of course. Sony has played a very, very strong block game and everything. And they've taken the console race. They can have it. But Xbox doesn't need the console race to win, right? However, they can add the consoles to their portfolio to win. And that's the distinction that none of these talking heads want to ever acknowledge. That Xbox will abandon 77 million console users? Right? 70 million? What's that number again? Here it is. They have a combined user base of 79 million Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S users. They are not going to abandon this. This is going to be the most insane thing if they were to abandon all these folk. And this is exactly where I think you're going to catch a lot of heat because you're not bringing this data set along. You're presuming that they're going to abandon this number of gamers from this presentation that was leaked. At the time, they sold 21 million consoles and were supporting the remaining 59 million or 58 million Xbox One consoles that were sold, of which they still are doing so. And now that this number has gone up to 21 million and it's being speculated to be around 40 million, you can call it 30 million, you can call it whatever you want. This is why PlayStation said they can supply multi-game on a subscription level, commercial level, on a PC level. That's not even including the PC base. Without hardware that they are already cultivating without the launch of the Xbox Ally X. This particular reality must be stated before you land anywhere else. If not, you have to be for not positing the full context. You better bring the data that follows the history, especially now.
I know I've been doing this long
No time for long
I know how it's supposed to be.
TikTok Life, 460 plus short series, 100% free to watch.
You say what?
Share and communicate with your best friends. Long press for 2.0 times speed. Instant fun. Also save your data.
Stop doing it.
And
but
they
see what going to do.
to
Put out his sneaky stuff.
They shifted to the publishing strategy. And because they shifted to the publishing strategy, this essentially put them in a position to make more money from software and shift away from their focus on their own box.
They're not shifting focus from their box. This is a lie. This is absolutely a lie. And I can confidently say that it is a lie because the Xbox One consoles are still being supported, even gaining more support than the PlayStation 4 from Sony themselves. So where are they shifting to? They are playing an active strategy. You all keep saying shift because you want to, in your brains, subtract what Xbox is doing. However, they are playing an additive strategy. They're taking even their own console and adding on to the software UI capabilities. Everywhere you look at Xbox's business, it's addition upon addition upon addition. There's no way you can tell me that they're going to abandon these consoles that are netting them about 5 billion projected in subscriptions just because they want to go pursue publishing. They're not making as much money in publishing as they are in services and subscriptions, and even third-party revenue all added together even makes it a bigger juggernaut. That's why they're adding more hardware to the existing hardware, and we'll keep adding more hardware because it means that gamers can play their games anywhere and then thereby net them more money. Y'all are reading this whole business proposition from I don't know what it is that y'all are cooking out here, but this is going to be the strangest thing I've ever seen.
We're essentially saying, we are now going to be putting our games everywhere. Satya Nadella said this.
Yeah, so they can make more money because they've been doing it. They did that before. Before they even moved over to PlayStation, they were already putting their games here on Steam and grossing in the top game revenue for years. It's the Steam Best of 2021. We go back to 2020. It's the Steam Best of 2020. Their games are here. Let me see. Halo Master Chief Collection, Sea of Thieves, scroll down, Flight Sim, scroll down. Let me see if we can find anything else from Microsoft on this list over here. And Xbox Game Studios. Did I see Grounded? There we go, Grounded. Let's look. I'm not calling Bethesda stuff. Didn't know Bethesda then, but I'm showing you guys right here, right now. Let's go to 2021. And you'll see that this strategy has already worked for them as well. Keep scrolling, DG. There we go. Sea of Thieves again, 2 years in a row, Forza 5, Forza 4, coming in to basically take the top grossing spot in the top 100, taking in the top, this is the top 24. Up here, Platinum is 3 and 4. Platinum is the top 12 games. Then Gold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the top 24 games, Xbox has got 3 games in the top 24 games that have grossed the highest revenue on Steam in not only 1 year, but 2 years in a row, right? And I've not moved to 2023. Let me see. We see here again, Sea of Thieves, Halo Master Chief. Is there a, okay, at this time, there's not a stinking Forza game that's actually grossing at this point. But there is a grounded in the top 100. If we go to 2023, Xbox actually made the platinum category with 1 game, Starfield. At that time, they acquired Bethesda, which they got Starfield, and then they moved into the bronze, which it's the bronze, it's the gold, with Sea of Thieves, and also what other game did they actually bring out that actually took some money? Age of Empires at this time frame. So again, this still part of their pivoting publishing strategy.
The more you do, the more you're gonna get slow. He's doing it. He's doing all that.
Again,
feeling some kind of way.
Inform you.
Love you and love something. So give me a blowjob.
And you la 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 your way.
When you stop doing all this stuff, you better stop doing all this stuff. You your husband. Ain't your husband. You stop doing all this stuff. It's your whole husband.
Freaking and with all information right.
Those said this, they started to put their games in other places. And because of this, it seemed that there was going to be, a concerted effort for them to no longer have exclusives. And that, I think, has been upsetting for many of the Xbox loyal.
No. It's a handful. I've been observing the Xbox community. I have been taking y'all. I sent them trucks.
Y'all trying to say about it's you that's good.
It's Xbox. Which means that I need to catch up on a lot of ground. There's so much I don't know about Xbox.
You know all this stuff. And you start taking it when they take some man. What does that even look like? They said I'm like, oh, you got your son out there.
I don't know nothing about it. Your husband.
You got your husband.
And
you the one that's all crazy stuff because you all there about your son.
You don't even know the PC side of it, which is one I can say I'm a little bit more comfortable with, coming from the PC perspective, right? And all of them are missing it, which is insane. Every single one of them missing it or ignoring it. Nib95, Mooch, Reforge now. And I'm calling y'all's names because you guys, when I hear you speak, I don't hear you actually take into consideration the work that's been done here, the proof testing, the proof of concept, and the success
crazy, man.
From
it's all it is. She the one is crazy.
Across the board.
I ain't with all that, man. You get away with me with that, Satan. What are you talking about? He said, "This business, man. What's up? Get away from all that. Ain't with all that."
decided to do a Q&A, updated Q&A. A lot of you guys questions about what's going on. We have been talking about it. In the meantime, we ask you guys to ask us questions on Instagram. You know how to add on Instagram and Snapchat. So, let's jump right into these questions.
How long are you? 35 weeks pregnant, y'all. You're about 4 years. I have no restrictions. I can't be out there just saying, you know.
Because people change after you see first. Scroll down if you're sensitive. I post 1,000 times a day. That's how I grew my following. That's how I grew to almost 2 million followers. Posting 1,000 times a day. I post every 60 seconds. Don't be afraid to post that video. Okay? Don't be afraid to post that video. Just post the content.
That bullshit, man.